Hello, everyone. I am so thrilled to welcome you to this masterclass on parasites. My name is Gitanjali Goyal, and I'm a homeopath with 24 years of experience specializing in gut health, PCOS, and fertility. Over the past 2 decades, I have dedicated my practice to helping individuals achieve optimal health through natural and holistic approaches. Throughout my practice, I have witnessed the profound connection between gut health and overall well being, particularly its impact on conditions like PCOS and fertility. A crucial but often overlooked aspect of gut health is the presence of parasites, which can wreak havoc on your digestive system and broader health if left untreated. Today, we will delve deep into understanding these hidden invaders, how they can affect your health, and effective strategies to eliminating them. I'm excited to share my knowledge and help you take the first step towards a healthier parasite free life. Thank you for joining me, and let's get started. So, today we are diving into the fascinating world of parasites, what they are, the symptoms they cause, and how to protect ourselves from them. So, let's look at the parasites. So, parasites are organisms that live on or inside an organism and get their food from or at the expense of their host. They can cause a range of health problems and can be found in various environments, including water, soil, and food. And sorry for stopping right here because I have to enter the people too. People are still joining. So now we are moving on to the type of the parasites. So parasites are types of the parasites. The first type of parasite is the protozoas. Protozoas are single-celled organisms that can multiply within their host. They live in the intestines, blood, tissue, or other areas of your body. Main causes of Giardia, Plasmodium, Entamoeba, and Cryptosporidium infection. So number two, second type of parasites are helminthes. Helminthes are multicellular parasitic worms that can be seen with naked eye in their adult stages. They live in your small bowel, and they are also known as intestinal parasites, and they cause mainly tapeworm, hookworm, or roundworm infections. And let's move on to the third type of parasites. Third type of parasites are called ectoparasites. These kind of parasites live on the surface of the host. They feed off your blood. Main types are ticks, fleas, lice, mosquitoes, and mites. They attach to the skin or burrow there and stay there for longer periods of time. And it also includes the scabies. It also includes the lice infestation. Let's move on to our next slide to talk about some misconceptions about the parasites. So number one misconception about the parasites is that parasites are only a problem in developing countries, but in reality, parasites can be found globally, and people in developed countries are also at risk, especially due to international travel, contaminated food, and water. Number two is only people with poor hygiene get parasites, but in reality, anyone can get parasites through contaminated water, food, and even through mosquito bites. Number three misconception is parasites always cause severe symptoms, but in reality, many parasitic infections cause mild or no symptoms at all, making them hard to detect without proper testing. Chronic infections can lead to long-term health issues in these cases. Number four is parasites are easy to get rid of with over-the-counter medications. But in reality, some parasitic infections require specific prescription medications such as anti-parasitic medicines. But unfortunately, those costly anti-parasitic treatments might not even be effective anymore. And I have seen the cases like this. Because just like bacteria have become resistant to many antibiotics, many parasites have developed resistance to most potent drugs. This is a real problem. And if still you choose to take what your doctor prescribes, be cautious. These treatments might kill some parasites, but they can also wipe out beneficial bacteria in your body. And number 5 misconception is you only need to worry about parasites if you travel to tropical regions. But in reality, parasites can be found in many environments, including temperate regions, and can be transmitted through local sources like undercooked meat, pets, and contaminated surfaces. Okay, let's move on to our next slides. And now we are going to discuss how these parasites enter our bodies. They have quite a few sneaky ways to make their entrance. So number 1 is contaminated water. Drinking or even swimming in contaminated water can introduce parasites into your system. It is a common way for parasites like Giardia and Cryptosporidium to find their new home in your intestines. Number 2 is undercooked or contaminated food. Undercooked or contaminated food, especially meats like pork or fish, can be a gateway for parasites. Sushi lovers, be aware, make sure your fish is from a reliable source. And number 3 is soil. Walking barefoot or touching soil that contains parasite eggs or larvae can be risky. This is how often we get hookworms into our bodies through the skin. And number 4 is direct contact. Parasitic infections are particularly prevalent in environments like daycares and schools where hygiene practices may not be optimal, especially among young children. Kids, due to their limited understanding of hygiene, are prone to touching their anal area and then spreading potentially infectious agents to everything they come into contact with. Now let's talk about pets. Who has pets here? Anyone? Anyone? As a
Me.
pet owner? Okay, so you have dogs and cats. So I really want to talk about dogs and cats. So dogs, for instance, they can carry toxocariasis, a roundworm that can wreak havoc on various organs in the body, causing significant damage. But wait, there is more if you have a cat. Cats can carry both toxocariasis and toxoplasmosis gondii. Have you ever observed your dog dragging their bottom on the carpet? If you have observed this behavior could indicate the presence of worms. Unless your pets are dewormed regularly about every 3 months, you could unknowingly be exposed to these parasites, leading to potential health issues. And I just want to emphasize that parasites have a complex life cycles that can involve multiple stages and sometimes different hosts. For example, some parasites lay eggs that are expelled from the host body, continue to develop in the environment, and then reinfect the host or find a new one. Parasites are quite skilled at adapting to their host. They can evade your immune system by creating protective barriers or hiding within cells. They use the nutrients in your body to grow and reproduce, which can lead to various symptoms like fatigue, digestive issues, and nutrient deficiencies. In our next slides, we are going to go into much more detail regarding the symptoms of parasites infections. So let's see. So parasites often mimic symptoms of common health issues, making them hard to diagnose. For instance, some parasites produce chemicals that lower sodium and chloride levels, which are the vital electrolytes for the fluid balance in our body. This imbalance can cause alternating bouts of constipation and diarrhea, sometimes within the same day. Other parasites, they can lodge in the small intestine, causing inflammation, smelly gas, and uncomfortable bloating. Large parasites can even block the intestinal tract, making bowel movements difficult. Over time, the bowels become irritated and inflamed, impairing nutrients and fat absorption. Have you ever noticed floating stools? If you have seen this, it is because they are full of fat. But parasites, unfortunately, don't just stay in the intestines. They can travel throughout the body. They may settle in your joints, muscles, causing tissue damage, painful swelling, and inflammation resembling arthritis. Parasites can also damage the intestinal lining, leading to leaky gut syndrome. This condition allows toxins and undigested food particles to enter your bloodstream. And what happens once they are in your bloodstream? It triggers inflammation and activates your immune system as well. Now, this disruption in the gut can lead to headaches, rashes, fatigue, brain fog, anxiety, and depression. Parasites can cause persistent skin rashes. They can weaken your immune system, deprive the body of essential nutrients. This can leave you feeling tired and craving carbs or sugar even after meals. They can also release toxins that damage the brain and manipulate it to produce neurotransmitters they want. I'm going to emphasize this again. They manipulate your brain, and manipulate your brain to produce the neurotransmitters they want, not the neurotransmitter we need, but the neurotransmitters they want, potentially leading to anxiety, depression, and anger. In extreme cases, parasites like Toxoplasma gondii can even influence suicidal behavior, as seen in infected rats in a study. Understanding the impact of parasites on your health is crucial, as they can cause a wide range of serious issues beyond just digestive problems. So now it's time to move on to our next slide. We are going to look for the tests, which kind of tests we can do to find out the parasites living in our bodies. So it is a comprehensive stool analysis. So when it comes to diagnosing parasitic infections, accurate and thorough testing is essential. And today I will walk you through some of the most effective stool analysis tests that are available, which can detect parasites and provide a detailed view of your overall microbiome health. First test is conventional ONP fecal test. O is here basically for ova and P is for parasite. Ovas are basically the eggs. So this basic test, often run by conventional medicine doctors, involves a microscopic examination of your stool to detect the presence of ova or eggs and parasites. It is useful. It may not always detect less common parasites or provide a comprehensive view of your gut health. The second one, let's look at the GI effects comprehensive profile. This test is usually done in United States by Genova Diagnostics. This involves a 3-day stool collection and usually tests for 31 specific parasites with the potential to identify additional unlisted ones. Beyond parasite detection, it also offers valuable health insights such as how well your body is breaking down food, levels of inflammation in your GI tract, imbalances in your gut microbiome. It also assesses metabolic processes within your gut, and it also looks for various infectious agents. Number third test is GI map, gastrointestinal microbial assay plus. This is a fantastic test. I really love this test. The main reason is that because of its unique feature is quantifying the amount of pathogens present, which is especially useful for monitoring the effectiveness of treatments. When we are doing some treatments, we can actually do this test and we can see the level of the pathogens we are dealing with. This test identifies common parasites along with other gut pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Lastly, there is another test which is called parasitology 3-day test. It is offered by Doctors Data. This test involves a 3-day stool collection and test for over 24 common parasites. It is a straightforward test focused solely on detecting the presence of parasites, but does not provide quantitative results or additional microbiome health information. So basically, I would say choosing the right test is crucial for accurately diagnosing parasitic infections and understanding your overall gut health. Comprehensive tests like GI effects profile and GI map offer detailed insights, the number 2 and number 3, the GI effects comprehensive profile and GI map, which is the gastrointestinal microbial assay plus. They provide um, complete detailed insights into various aspects of your gastrointestinal function, while more focused tests like parasitology 3-day test, it provides only straightforward parasite detection. It doesn't give you any quantifying data. And now we are going to move on to your favorite part about the homeopathic approach for parasites. So let me move on to the next slide. Okay, so in homeopathic approach, I will be taking few of homeopathic remedies and we will be discussing their key symptoms and indications for those remedies and why we choose those remedies to treat parasitic infections in homeopathy. I just want to let you know, I have taken just a few remedies because certainly I cannot take all the remedies which we use to clear the parasitic infections because there are more than hundreds of remedies. So I have taken just a few and I'm going to give you a snapshot of those remedies, why we choose those remedies to clear the parasitic infections. So my first remedy is Cinna. Cinna is an excellent remedy for eradicating pinworms, roundworms. So for pinworms is the big one. And the main indication here is to choose this remedy is abdominal discomfort, which can manifest in various ways. You might experience persistent pinching sensations, cramp-like pressure across the upper abdomen after having your meals, or painful twisting around the navel. Worm infestations, particularly with lumbrici, can cause sharp cutting pains in the abdomen. And the next indicating symptom is the nasal irritation. I see that there are questions coming up in the chat box. You continue to put your questions, whatever questions you have in the chat box. I will be taking all the questions at the end. We are gonna talk about that. No, you don't have to be sorry. You can still put your questions there in the chat box. I will be going through all the questions, whatever questions you have at the end of this masterclass. Okay, so I was talking about the nasal irritation. So the main symptom here is that there is a constant itching on the nose. Basically, there is a constant desire to rub, break, or even press the nose. In children, we can also see the behavioral changes. They may exhibit extreme irritability, grinding their teeth during sleep, or wetting the bed. These behaviors are often accompanied by nose picking, great hunger, and restless sleep. So these are the main key indications for remedy Cinna. So let's move on to a next remedy. It is, the name of this remedy is Tecurum Marum Verum. This little fancy name. So this remedy is a big remedy for clearing threadworm infections. It is a #1 remedy, I would say. In treating threadworms, this is the primary remedy because it clears them like a magic, basically. And symptoms, the main symptoms we see here is rectal crawling, post-bowel movements, indicating its potential use. It's particularly effective for expelling roundworms, especially when accompanied by creeping and itching sensations, along with nightly restlessness and always aggravation. There is always aggravation if they are in a warm area, like the warm blanket, warm room. So warmth is always kind of aggravating their symptoms. There is anal discomfort, frequent itching, tingling, are persistent issues, especially after evacuations. Evening symptoms like crawling and sticking sensations in the anus are common, as are swelling and creeping sensations caused by roundworms. Digestive symptoms we can see like unfulfilled hunger, unsatisfying hunger, making sleep difficult, and nausea and vomiting, particularly after water intake. All these symptoms indicate Teucrium marum verum. Let's move on to our next remedy, which is Spigelia. Spigelia is an effective remedy to address a spectrum of distressing symptoms associated with gastrointestinal and psychological issues. It targets frequent and urgent urges for bowel evacuation, often resulting in soft or liquid stools. Patients may experience white stools, nodular stool passage with intense pressure, and even fainting during bowel movements. Additionally, it tackles the challenge of hard, difficult evacuations accompanied by mucus discharge. There can be psychological symptoms like severe mental distress marked by agitation, timidity, intense dejection, and moroseness, often leading to suicidal thoughts. We can also see the cognitive issues such as weak memory, absence of ideas, difficulty thinking, and an inability to engage in intellectual work. All these can be also addressed by using Spigelia. So let's move on to our next remedy, which is Sabedela. This remedy is characterized by sensation of constriction and twisting throughout the abdomen, resembling the movement of a lump inside. Intense abdominal pains are experienced, often accompanied by a sensation akin to a ball moving and turning within the abdomen, leading to violent urges to pass stool. Stools typically manifest as hard, broken into small pieces, and challenging to expel. Uncomfortable sensations in the rectum, such as pinching, tearing, and tingling sensations, are very common. Itching of the anus is prevalent, with an intense burning sensation following scratching, which may alternate between the anus, nose, or ear. So it keeps on shifting. Sometimes it is in the anus, sometimes nose, sometimes in the ears as well. And you can also hear some audible rumbling, croaking sounds like your stomach is kind of filled with frogs. And additionally, you can also see red spots or specks on the abdomen, further indicating the characteristic symptoms of this remedy. Let's move on to our next remedy, which is Chenopodium. Chenopodium, commonly known as worm seed, serves as a potent homeopathic remedy renowned for its efficacy in expelling various types of worms from the digestive tract, notably roundworms and threadworms. Its application is particularly notable for addressing symptoms such as worm infestation accompanied by abdominal discomfort or pain, often presenting as colicky in nature. Moreover, individuals experiencing irritability and restlessness, especially heightened during nighttime, find relief through this remedy. Additionally, despite poor digestion, there is often an increased appetite observed among those requiring Chenopodium. And there is also, we see teeth grinding during sleep, we can easily mitigate the symptom with Chenopodium. And this remedy also, and the symptoms of this remedy also, that patient feels worse in the warm conditions and at nighttime. Okay, so these were few remedies which I have chosen to share with you. And now it's time for some case studies and success stories. So here, I will be sharing the case with you. I will ask you to let me know what you think, what I might have prescribed. I understand that you might not be aware of all the remedies, but you can still try, because a couple of cases are there for which I have chosen the remedies which I have just gave you a snapshot of. So let's move on to the first one. This is a case of a 7-year-old girl who presented with main symptoms of intense anal itching, restlessness, and irritability. So these symptoms are typical indicator of a parasitic infection, especially pinworms, and pinworms are very common in children. Okay, And besides that, there were other symptoms. And those symptoms were loss of appetite, bedwetting. She was rubbing her nose constantly with the hands or on the pillow. There was abdominal pain. When they approached me, she was not having abdominal pain for more than 2 to 3 days only, but she was started vomiting after having food. There was restless sleep. She was grinding her teeth during sleep. She was irritable, and she was she used to get very, very angry, like if somebody was trying to touch her. She became very, very obstinate. She was not obstinate before at all. She was like, her mother told me that usually, like, she is very, very happy, pleasant girl. So, but we don't know like what happened to her, and she has become very, very obstinate. So I took these rubrics, like if you have if you have been using homeopathy, you might be knowing that when we try to get the analysis of the case, we repertorize our cases, we take certain key characteristic symptoms from the patient's um, whole health history, and we try to focus on those symptoms because those are the key characteristics of that patient. And we try to find a matching remedy closer to those symptoms, very, very closer. So I took few mental symptoms, which were anger, touched fan, irritability, obstinacy, and for the physical symptoms, appetite diminished, vomiting, pain, restlessness for the sleep symptoms. And I also took this one, itching, crawling, and tickling, rubs constantly on the nose. And for the sleep, I took the position of the sleep as well. She started to sleep on her abdomen. Okay, so what do you think? Which remedy I might have prescribed her? Any guesses? Excellent, excellent, excellent. I see. Sina. Yes, I prescribed her Sina. And can anyone guess like why I prescribed her Sina? What was the reason for prescribing Sina? Why I chose Sina? Anyone? Come on, please. Pinworms. Yes, for pinworms. It's an excellent remedy for pinworms. And another key characteristic symptom was for Sina was diminished, yes, has diminished appetite. And yeah, behavioral changes in children, tooth grinding, nose picking, and she was constantly rubbing her nose on the pillow or with her hands. So those were the main key characteristic symptoms. Okay, so if you're looking at my slides now, I prescribed her, along with Sina, I also prescribed her Morgan Gardner. The main reason for prescribing Morgan Gardner here was because it was also Morgan Gardner also covers the key characteristic symptoms of her mental health, like the getting obstinate, getting very, very angry, doesn't like to be touched when she was angry. So those were the main symptoms that are also coming from Morgan Gardner. And the another reason is Morgan Gardner is a vowel nasode. And when we have this parasite infection going on, if our gut lining gets compromised, as I discussed previously, that it compromises our gut lining and we can have the leaky gut syndrome. So Morgan Gardner actually helps to rebuild the that intestinal lining and also replenish the gut flora. So that's why I prescribe Morgan Gardner as well. So now it's time to move on to our next case. Is a case of a teenager with threadworm infections. Okay, so here the main symptoms were severe abdominal pain, worse after eating, pale complexion and anemia, loss of appetite and weight loss, fatigue and dizziness, hungry even after eating a full meal. So these were the main complaints. And rubrics were taken: abdomen pain, eating after, face pale, generalities anemia, generalities weakness, dizziness, appetite, ravenous. And what do you think? The remedy? Awesome. Awesome. You got it. It was the teucrium. Yeah, because it's the main remedy for threadworms. And it was a case of threadworms. So that remedy has to come for sure. Curious why lack of appetite and always hungry? Because these threadworms, they are eating away all your nutrition. That's why you're feeling hungry. They are because they are eating your food. That's why you get hungry. You need food. Like your stomach never feels that it gets filled. Yes, parasites can slow down peristalsis too, depending on their size. Okay, so I prescribe remedies, teucrium, Morgan Pure, and chalidonium. So teucrium for the threadworms and Morgan Pure again. In this case, like I chose not Morgan Gardner, but Morgan Pure because in this case, this teen's mental symptoms were not matching with Morgan Gardner. So I chose Morgan Pure to address the gut lining issue and chalidonium to open up the detox pathways and support the liver. So I will not be going into too much detail about the dosage. What is Morganatic Pure? Oh, it's a Morgan Pure. Morgan Pure is also a vowel nasode. It also replenishes the gut flora and also helps build the intestinal lining again. So I usually like call them homeopathic probiotics. But like I just want to emphasize here that when you are taking any kind of probiotics from outside, they are helping you, but at the same time, these probiotics can try to replenish your gut flora, but they still cannot rebuild your gut lining. But the beauty of these vowel nosodes is that they rebuild your gut lining. So when you are taking just the probiotics, you keep on just putting something and they are just going straight through that sieve. And you are not getting enough of the probiotics. No, you are not getting the replenished gut flora. And so you're not really reaping the benefits of taking those probiotics. Is it possible for the need of Sina as well as if she also presented itchiness and grinding teeth? Might be. Yeah, depending on, but I will, because it was a case of threadworm, so I straight away um, felt that we need to give her teucrium. She also, yes, I also prescribe polyvowel nosodes. I will be getting into that. You're going to see one of the cases where I prescribe polyvowel nosodes as well. Okay, yeah, so depending on the case, because it is parasites elimination is not done in one day, not in like 2 days. Like there is a set amount of time where I give the remedies, then I see the symptoms again, analyze the case again, go into much more detail to find out what is happening. And based on the symptom changes, changes in the reactions, changes in the behavior of the patient, I keep on changing the remedies until we finally say safely, okay, now you don't need any more remedies. Okay, let's move on to our next slide. So this is the case study 3. It is the adult with tapeworm infections. So the presenting symptoms here were severe abdominal pain, especially around the navel. There was chronic diarrhea alternating with constipation, persistent headaches, generalized weakness and fatigue. There was bloating and distension of abdomen, itching around the anus, especially at night. So rubrics were taken: abdomen pain, umbilical region, stool, diarrhea alternating with constipation, head pain persistent, generalities, weakness, fatigue, abdomen, bloating, rectum, itching, night. So any guesses for the remedies? Okay, so I Sabidilla. Let's see. It was spigelia. Actually, I gave spigelia to address the abdominal pain and headaches, basically. Here, I gave polyvowel 6C. For overall vowel regulations, the same thing for the leaky gut issue. And I also gave chalidonium. I gave it in the 6C, 30C, 200C, like change the potencies, because I guess I treated this case for around 3 months. So after 3 months, like, we had a really beautiful results. So there were no more symptoms, perfectly fine. No. I usually begin with 2 remedies, not just 1 remedy. I usually begin with 2 remedies for sure. And then I just keep on adding or removing the remedies as the need be. Okay, so let's move on to our next case, which is the adult with worm infestations. So here I had no idea what kind of worm infestations were there. There were no tests were done. So I just had the symptoms. Patient said that not interested in doing any test. So I said, okay, for homeopathy, for us, like, we usually go by the symptoms. Symptoms are kind of get supremacy, like they are supreme over any test, because how you feel, how you react, that is more important, because your body never tells any lies. Okay. Okay, so there was abdominal pain, especially after meals, diarrhea alternating with constipation, severe bloating and gas, frequent nausea, particularly in the morning. There was fatigue and weakness. There was itchy skin rashes on arms and legs, unexplained weight loss despite normal appetite. And rubrics were taken: abdomen pain after eating, stool, diarrhea alternating with constipation, abdomen, bloating, gas, stomach, nausea, morning, generalities, weakness, skin itching, rash, generalities, weight loss, normal appetite. So in this case, what do you think? Which remedy I might have prescribed? Let's see. Spigelia, Sapodilla, Sena and Morgan Gardner. Let's find out. Okay, so it was Sapodilla for itching and abdominal cramps. Here also, again, I prescribed polyvowel nasotes, chalidonium, and I also prescribed aloe 6C. It is an excellent remedy to address diarrhea, especially the kind of diarrhea where patient thinks that he or she is going to pass just the gas, like there is little feeling that the gas is about to pass, but actually there is kind of fecal matter also gets passed when patient tries to pass gas. So that is the key characteristic symptom for prescribing aloes for diarrhea. And that has been happening in this case. So that's why I had to add aloe as well. Okay, so let's move on to another case. This is a case of a child with worm infestations. This is a very, very interesting case. This case came to me 4 years ago. Like, it is not a new case. It was a case of a 6-year-old male child, and he was very energetic, bright, but he was having chronic issue of visible parasites emerging from his anal area. They actually brought him to my clinic like 4 years ago. It was evening time. Like, I can never forget this case. This is very, very interesting case. So they brought him into my clinic, and they opened up his pants and underwear, basically. And I was kind of shocked to see, like, it was not just one or two, like it was like in the amount of hundreds of kind of those tiny worms were coming out of his butthole. Like, it was so shocking to see, and I can never forget. And those were pinworms. And I was kind of, there was so much itching, restlessness, irritability, and they told me that this happens every night. And it's very, very interesting case. And he has been suffering from this condition intermittently for over a year. They had done multiple courses of conventional antiparasitic medications. Those medications were providing relief, but leading to symptom reoccurrence again, like this. Like, he was fine for 15 days, and then again, the same thing was happening. And they were doing all the healthy diet, good hygiene practices, but still couldn't fix the problem. So his main symptoms were severe itching around the anus that was worse at night, restlessness, irritability, disturbed sleep with frequent waking, occasional abdominal pain and bloating, and there were visible parasites in the stool and around the anal area. Like, as I just mentioned, that I saw those basically. So the rubrics. So I took the rubrics: rectum itching, night, mind, restlessness, night, sleep, disturbed, frequent waking, abdomen pain, bloating, stool, worms, enter, generality, susceptibility, parasites, digestion, and disturbances. And you all might be saying that, okay, the first remedy is Sina. Yes, Sina for sure, because it was it was for the pinworms. He was not like Marisa has asked a question, would you also add coffea cruda for sleep? No, I didn't. Because he was having this problem, not because that he was not able to fall asleep, or it was not, the thoughts were keeping him occupied. That's why he was not falling asleep. He was not able to fall asleep because of the itching and those creepy worms coming out of his anal area at that time. Like, just think about it, how much distress a child can feel when seeing all this, like, coming from his, like, from where we all poop. Like, so it is so much distressing, like, and he was in so much distress, like it was affecting his overall health. So when I took the initial consultation, I took a thorough review of his health history, lifestyle, symptoms. And basically at that point, my goal was to address, not just to make sure that he get rid of these parasites, but also to address the underlying susceptibility to parasites, why he was getting so many parasites and why none of the antiparasitic medications had been able to help him. So those were the main things, like, which I needed to address at that time. So based on my analysis, repertorization, so I gave him remedies. So let's look at the remedies. Which remedies I prescribed? I prescribed him Sina, as you said that Sina, yeah, because it is very, very effective in treating parasitic infections, especially the pinworms. The second remedy was sulfur. I gave him sulfur to support his overall immune response and reduce the susceptibility to reinfections. I also prescribed Nux vomica to elevate the digestive disturbances and improve overall gut health. He was like, this Nux vomica was coming up so highly because many of his symptoms were kind of calling for Nux vomica. I also prescribed him polyvowel nasode, and I gave this polyvowel nasode as a full course, like 30, 200, 1M, 10M. It was not just 30. For a few cases, I prescribe only 30. But in his case, we really needed to address it with all the four potencies. And I also prescribe chalidonium for the same reason, liver support and detoxification pathways. And I tell you the follow-ups and the results too here in this case. This case is very close to my heart because I saw the fantastic results. So there was first month when they came back to me after first month follow-up, they told me there was significant reduction in itching and restlessness, improved sleep, and fewer reports of visible parasites. And it was because it was not happening every day now. It was just once a week, something like that. They were like, otherwise, like when they approached me at that time, it was the everyday affair. Every single evening it started and it stayed for the whole night, and it was so distressing. Second month, continued improvement with no visible parasites and only occasional mild itching. Third month, symptoms almost completely resolved, with him sleeping through the night and experiencing improved mood and energy levels too. By 6th month, it was confirmed that he remained symptom-free with no recurrence of visible parasites or associated symptoms. So I still get fascinated to see that how homeopathy is so effective in addressing chronic and recurrent parasitic infections. I was so happy that homeopathic remedies were able to eliminate the infestation and strengthen his system to prevent future occurrences. I still see that boy's mom. She still comes to me for her treatments. But like it happened, like this case I took 4 years ago. At that time, he was 6 years old. Now he is 10 years old boy. And he is enjoying happy, healthy life, like free from any kind of distressing symptoms and no other parasitic infection after that. So this really gives me joy. Okay, so now I want to ask you a question. Now, I want you to imagine a life where you no longer have to spend hours on the toilet, constantly worried about passing gas at the wrong time, or enduring that uncomfortable, bloated feeling. Picture your digestive system functioning smoothly, transforming your entire life. Imagine your aches and pains fading away, your focus and memory sharpening, and finding yourself thinner than you have been in years. No more mysterious symptoms appearing out of nowhere. No more waiting months to see a doctor only to be told you're fine. And no more wondering if you will have to live like this for the rest of your life. With the right approach, you can achieve this transformation and reclaim your health and vitality. So now you have two options. Option number one, or option A, is you can continue to research and explore different options for addressing your parasite infections independently. This might involve experimenting with various homeopathic remedies, dietary changes, and lifestyle modifications to alleviate symptoms such as gas, bloating, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. While this approach allows you to maintain autonomy over your health decisions, it may take time and effort to find the most effective solution for your specific situation. Option B is join my parasite cleanse program and get free of gas, bloating, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. What's going to happen if you are going to joining my parasite cleanse program? You will gain access to a structured and comprehensive approach to eliminating parasites and relieving symptoms associated such as gas, bloating, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. My program includes personalized guidance, tailored treatment plans, and ongoing support to ensure your success on the journey to better digestive health. With expert supervision and proven protocols, you can achieve freedom from discomfort and reclaim your vitality faster and more efficiently. Plus, by being part of a supportive community, you will have the encouragement and accountability you need to stay committed to your wellness goals. And I again want to emphasize, I see that, do you think people with FODMAP sensitivities are due to parasites? Um, okay, I will answer this question later. But before that, I just want to emphasize one more thing. Parasites are remarkably resistant and intelligent, making complete eradication a complex process. If not done correctly, cleansing efforts can actually worsen outcomes. It is crucial to conduct a thorough parasite cleanse to prevent infections from penetrating deeper into your tissues or migrating to other organs. When targeted, these parasites can rapidly lay extensive amount of eggs, necessitating proper timing and multiple rounds of treatment. Parasites have evolved strategies to evade the immune system, including using heavy metals to form protective biofilms. To effectively eliminate parasites, it's necessary to alter the body's terrain. This entails detoxifying all heavy metals and toxins from the entire body, not just the gut, as parasites thrive in toxic, acidic environment. That's why I always recommend combining a parasite cleanse with a robust heavy metal detox that targets tissues and organs beyond the gut. This approach is essential to mitigate die-off symptoms. Research shows that 9 out of 10 people are infected with parasites, and most of them don't even know it. Even if you keep yourself clean, eat healthy, take good care of your body, chances you are still walking around with parasites in your system. It's nearly impossible to avoid them. If you have ever drunk tap water, grabbed a doorknob, or walked barefoot in the grass, you could already be infected. If you have tried probiotics, gluten-free diets, and anti-inflammatories without success, it is because you need to target the real culprit, tiny worms wreaking havoc on your gut and causing your immune system to go haywire. If you want to eliminate these parasites quickly and protect your health, pay close attention. Untreated parasitic infections do more damage than just the digestive issues like diarrhea or constipation. They can ruin your eyesight, weaken your immune system, and severely impair your memory, focus, and cognitive skills. Left unchecked, they can be fatal too. If you can keep spending money on probiotics, prebiotics, special diets, or risky drugs, but these won't address the root cause of your bloating, gas, or unpleasant stools. And I have seen this in my practice. I have been practicing from the last 24 years and have seen, I don't even have the count, like tons and tons of cases related to parasitic infections. People come to me for all kinds of, because I'm a gut health, PCOS and fertility expert. So when people come to me, even for the PCOS treatment or the fertility treatment, many times I have to treat them for the parasites first before starting their fertility journey or fixing their hormones. So I am very, very thankful to homeopathic remedies, which can help you to enjoy regular healthy bowel movements, increased energy, sharper thinking, and a flatter belly, and much more. So I am going to offer you my program, and this program is for you. If you ask yourself these questions, why am I always bloated? Why do I have a hard time pooping? Why do I have digestive issues? Why am I so tired and have no energy? Why can't I lose weight no matter what I do? Why can't I handle stress anymore? I get so overwhelmed by the small things that never bothered me before. Why can't I remember anything anymore and have brain fog? So here is my offer to you. So this is my parasite cleanse program. Here is what the program includes. This is a 16-week 1:1 program. You will get one 60-minute initial session with me, which is a full 60-minute call with me when you first join the program, and access me between sessions. So throughout the program, you will be getting full email and text message support with me. And next is, you will also get customized homeopathic prescriptions to address the parasites and associated symptoms. And there will be 2 30-minute follow-up sessions where we will be reassessing all your symptoms, reanalyze every symptom. And once you have completed your personalized homeopathic protocol, I just want to emphasize another thing here, that some people might be thinking that I am offering some kind of a homeopathic protocol to address parasitic infections for everyone. No, it is not the case. Homeopathy is very, very individualized, and for each person, there are different set of remedies. There are no protocols in homeopathy. It is your personalized homeopathic protocol. I say it a protocol because we use these remedies for a certain amount of times to eliminate the parasites. And along with that, you will be, so just a moment. So we will have a check-in. Once you have completed your program, we will have a check-in, determine your next steps, and develop your maintenance plan. And you will also get an access to private members only Facebook community for months. And as I mentioned that I also recommend doing a heavy, robust, heavy metal detox as well. So you will be getting that as well in this program. And you might be thinking, what is the cost? So cost is around 1,299 USD or 1,799 Canadian. But as a special offer, you will pay only 550 USD or 760 Canadian. And I'm going to open the question and answers now. And along with that, I just want to emphasize that if you enroll now, while we are right here before finishing this presentation or masterclass, you will also get a one acute 15-minute consultation with me, which is 55 USD. And you can use this acute consultation for any member, any friend, any member of your family, any friend, anytime. And you will also get an access to my ebook, Harmony in Digestion, Homeopathic Remedies for Constipation. So, and I'm just going to put the link here in the chat box if you want to enroll in the program right now. So just give me a moment. I'm just pulling up the link. So here is the link. Okay. So here is the link to enroll into the Parasite Cleanse program. Okay, so I am opening up the question, how long do you have this offer? This offer is available. You will be getting everything. The only thing is that if you enroll today and not start for 30 days. Yes, of course, you can enroll your son today and we can start after 30 days. No issues. I will give you 24 hours to get this free acute consultation as a bonus offer, because this is not the part of the home parasite cleanse program, but I'm just giving you as a bonus. And this free ebook as well, Harmony in Digestion, Homeopathic Remedies for Constipation, that is also as a bonus. After clearing entamoeba histolytica pathogenic for 1 year, does the polyvowel also help with epithelial lining to diaphragm and pleurisy sensations? Okay, so it is very difficult to answer this question right here because uh, for homeopathic prescriptions, it is really important that we know what is actually going on. Because in homeopathy, I do not need the diagnosis. I need how the person is feeling, how the person is reacting, what are the symptoms. Even for the pleurisy sensations or the epithelial lining, I need to know what has happened to the epithelial lining of the diaphragm. Like what kind of symptoms that person is experiencing. Based on that, I can say that, okay, polyvowel is necessary, or along with the polyvowel, if we need to add something else as well. Yes, you can order those tests independently. Few labs, they need a requisition from a certified nutritional therapist, and some labs can do independently as well. Unfortunately, I came in late. Will this recording be available for free or at a cost? This recording will be available for free. I will be sending the recording to everyone who has registered for the masterclass, and you will be getting the recording for 10 days. Black speck spider filaments. I didn't understand this question. And do you find parasites to be a cause of vowel diseases? Do you have success rate in Crohn's diseases with or without parasite etiology? Yes, parasites can be one of the factors in having the vowel diseases, the IBDs. Yes, I have successfully treated many Crohn's cases, ulcerative colitis as well, without parasite or with parasite etiology. Both of them, I have treated both types, and I'm still treating them. I have still many patients under my care who have Crohn's and ulcerative colitis as well. I have heard parasites are cyclical in nature. They are most active around full moon. So should the cleansing be done around full moon? Yes, many people think about it that they are more active around full moon, but in homeopathy, I didn't find any particular relationship with the full moon. Like homeopathic remedies are prescribed based on the symptoms only, and I have not seen that even when patient is on a homeopathic remedies, full moon is really doing kind of activating them more. What if we did homeopath parasite protocol in April and still feel symptomatic? Can they? Of course, they can do my protocol now, because my protocol is not a protocol which is kind of for everyone. No, my protocol is kind of basically your personalized homeopathic remedies. I'm just saying it a protocol just for the sake of saying, but it is not a protocol. It is your personalized prescription based on your personalized symptoms, how you are feeling, how you are reacting, what are your key characteristic symptoms, and which remedies are very, very closely matching with those symptoms. Yes, this will be good for someone with Crohn's disease. Yes, I have success with Toxoplasmosis gondii, and Toxoplasmosis gondii is a very, 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 very difficult kind of parasite because it acts with your brain also a lot. People having this kind of infection, they have so many issues with their emotional and mental symptoms. Anxiety, anger, those are the main ones. I have black specks and spider like filaments coming out of my skin. Is this parasitic? I cannot really say this like if this is parasitic or not, but it is something that really we will have to really dig deeper to find out what is it and why is it has been happening. Have you done any tests for this? No issues. Thank you for joining. Do you cover yearly parasite cleanses? Yes, we can do yearly parasite cleanses as well, but this program is it's a 16-week program. You can join this program anytime you want. And we can, if you want to do this yearly, I offer this yearly as well. Yes, I address the FODMAP sensitivity as well. And sometimes, yes, it can be related to parasites as well. Can parasites cause a sensation like a vibration through the entire body, accompanied by a roar sound in the ear? Yes, we covered this in one of the remedies that there can be a roar sound in the ear. If we go back, one of the remedies has the symptoms. Sign up for your program, but it wants me to check out using Canadian currency. I am in the US and want to use US. Okay. I don't get a currency exchange charge. I totally understand that because I'm in Canada, my invoice is generated in Canadian dollars. So that's why it does the automatically currency conversion. It shouldn't be too much because most of my patients pay me with their United States credit card only, and it does the conversion automatically. Yes, I will be looking into the diet as well. There will be no particular specific diet. I will see that if I am prescribing any homeopathic remedies that can interfere with the diet, or that particular remedy is kind of made up of that particular substance, then I can say that, okay, you need to avoid these things. Or if I see that what kind of symptoms you have, based on that, if I feel that you need to avoid something from your diet, I will just let you know that you need to avoid this, but there is nothing that you have to follow a specific diet. Okay, no test. It is Mogvalos. I had it since the surgery for over 15 years. Okay, and how do you know? Okay, have I left any questions? Just going back to see. In the beginning, there were a few questions. Would we use teucrium 200 potency? In some cases, I use teucrium 200 potency. How long should the remedies be used for parasite cleansing? I have heard parasites are sick. Okay, I guess I have already answered this question. Does Sina have diminished appetite? Okay, I've assumed that you are asking if Sina has this diminished appetite as a symptom, as a remedy picture symptom. Yes, Sina has it. And sometimes Sina has like over hungry. So it has like the both of them. Okay. I guess I covered most of them. Do you prescribe herbals as a part of the program? No, I do not prescribe any herbals as a part of the program. Herbals are usually in the crude form, and sometimes we can see the side effects of the herbals. I had a couple of patients who were using the herbal remedies along with the homeopathic remedies. So ultimately, they stopped herbal remedies because they were finding that anytime they are taking the herbal remedy, it was kind of aggravating their symptoms. Because herbals are very, very crude form and homeopathic remedies are highly potentized. It is the energy medicine, basically. If I'm interested for my elderly mother, can I attend sessions with her to make sure everything? Of course, you are most welcome to join the sessions. Any other questions? Is this special diet required during this treatment? Not really. If there will be anything I feel based on your symptoms that you should be avoiding, I will let you know. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Of course, you can always contact me. Let me just put my email address here in the chat box. So this is my email address. You can always reach out to me for any questions, and I would be happy to answer them for you. I'm here for your help. And I would love to help anyone whosoever wants to talk to me anytime. You're most welcome. I also offer 15-minute free consultations as well. It is an introductory call. You can go to my website, which is, I'm just pasting my website here as well. So you can click on my website, you can click on the link for the 15-minute free consultation, and you can ask any kind of questions during that session. Any other questions? I think I missed the meeting. I logged onto Zoom an hour ago and nothing happened. Will there be another meeting scheduled? I will be doing another meeting, but not that soon. I am planning to do another meeting with new material, new remedies, new case studies, maybe in August. But you will be, if you, Georgina, if you have registered, you will be definitely getting my recording for this webinar. And that recording will be available for everyone who has registered for 10 days. Lovely, lovely, Jill. I would love to help you. Thank you, everyone. Everyone is welcome. It's all my pleasure. Okay, so I'm just going to end the meeting now and hope to talk to many of you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.